Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Um, my last video was about my old phone dying. That was the phone that I started this channel with, so in brings the new era of new videos on a new phone. So I am gonna have to see how sound clips are. I don't know how this camera or how the microphone picks up stuff, so I'm gonna have to do some testing with that before I can start posting clips again. But until then, a little update video right now. Still waiting on a box full of parts that I sent off at the beginning of the month to get remachined. So a lot of stuff's in limbo right now till I get those parts back. But some stuff that I have been working on is I've been tearing apart some horns, cleaning them, swapping some bells around, and just trying to come up with some neat horns to have. These three right here, these are all full K5HLs, and two of them are hybrids. One is a K5HLB, and I kind of swapped some of these bells around to get them back to their original, kind of get the original horns back, because some of these I had swapped quite a while ago, about a year or more ago, and I just kind of took the time since I had everything apart and was kind of cleaning and inspecting to get the bells back to where they belong. Basically, rebuild the original horn back the way it was. So this one over here, this is a K5HLA hybrid. This is the 3A4 combo, and if I can get you guys down there, it's 118K. So that one's ready to get back, put back together. This one here is the K5HLA hybrid. This is the 3A3 combo. That's 117K. And then this one is the K5HLB with the 3B at 107K. So still pre new back caps, so they were still had the older back caps going back then. Really, you didn't really see the newer back caps coming around until you started to hit the 100 and like the 108, 109 somewhere. So 107 is still pre. I think they were in production. Don't quote me on this. I'm pretty sure those caps were in production about the time 100K started around, but they still had a lot of these old school back caps left to use up. So a lot of the early 100K horns still have the old back caps. Over here, this is a K5HLA normal non-hybrid horn. This manifold I got quite a while back. It was a what do they call it? The horn went in for servicing and they put like a sound certified tag on it. So when I got it, I pulled that off. I have to put a tag on here. It doesn't have a tag. Had one, doesn't right now, so I gotta see the era of these bells and get a tag that coincides with that. Nothing special about this one though. It's just a regular, it's raised letter bells, all raised letter bells with the older caps. Just a normal K5HA. This is my 114K raised letter K5 LLA. Non-hybrid. That's just something I kind of went through, cleaned up, and we're getting it put back together. The two bell for this horn is still out, so I can't put this one back together. This is the K5HB. This was the horn that I did a lot of sound clips with, experimenting with different bells, but I kind of going through some of those sound clips and everything, I I really liked the sound of the K5HB. So, not HPHB. It's got bells 1, 2 will go there, 3B, standard 4, and 5. That horn sounded really, really cool, so we're going to get that back together, and that's how it's going to be. I'm not going to use that as a mess around horn anymore. Once I get that tube back, it'll all go back together. One thing I kind of have in the works right now, and it's going to be a mix of NS and CSX 90s bells, early 90s bells. I had a 4A here, and I ended up getting a 4 shim from one of my friends last year or the year before. So I drilled and tapped and installed this 4 shim, and the 3A is out getting remachined, and I'm having my guy do a shim for that 3A to bring it up to a straight 3. So we're going to try a early 90s K5L. So that'll be exciting once I get all the parts back for that. The K5L, my early 80s K5L with my wide font, well, it's all wide font, the big bore number 5. I got to get that back together. I have all the parts for that. I just have to get that back together now. I got some bolts that I needed for it. So basically I just have to pick diaphragms, put the bells together, put them back on the manifold. And then I've got a couple bells from that horn gone right now. Which one's this one? This is I believe this is my second run raised letter K5LA. So I got the 5 and the 4 off being remachined. They were out of spec and the horn wasn't sounding very great. All the other bells were within spec, so those checked out good. But yeah, this is the second manufacturing run raised letter K5LA. This one over here is the bell set that I recently cleaned up. The manifold I did some work to. I don't remember what K, 79K. All these bells are 79K era. The 5 is out being remachined because it had really uneven wear on it, and I didn't even try honking it. I knew it wasn't going to work properly, so that's out in that current box. So once I get that back, we can put that together and try that. And then my early 2000s 23K P42 Amtrak K5LA. We got this apart. What do I have gone here? The 1 and the 5 I'm having kind of remachined and tuned to each other because they were out of spec, and that horn was kind of not sounding the greatest. Didn't sound bad, but it had some issues, so that's out. And in the meantime, last year sometime I had located some stainless steel stop nuts for these. I had grade 5 ones on there before because I couldn't find any stainless steel ones. Well, I found some stainless steel ones, so those will look a lot better. The finish on the bolt will match these clamps. The grade 5 ones were shade lighter, and they just didn't look right on there. So, being picky at that point, but I wanted to be nice and look nice. So yeah, that's about it, guys. We just got a bunch of horns. These ones I can just throw together. Can't talk. I can just throw these together and start testing these. Everything on the floor here, including the early 80s K5L here. I can get all that put back together. Start doing, figuring out how my new phone here is going to record the horns. I might have to change how I was doing things before, but we'll see. I'll do a couple test videos before I just throw you guys a sound clip and hope it sounds good. So Uh, Other than that, we're just waiting for some horns, or waiting for parts so I can finish these horns. So yeah, guys, that's about it. Just a short little update here on what I got going on the horn stuff. My next video is going to be a model railroad video because I have some updates on some of the stuff I'm working on there. I have a project cancellation that I'm canceling. I'll tell you guys about that in the next video. So, till next time, take care.